Alrighty. Stop. Now we can play. Alright. Time to continue the story. Would I like to continue the story? Yes.
It's just you and me now. Doesn't seem like enough.
At ease, soldier. Your warband paid a heavy toll fending off the recent ghost incursion. Their names will be remembered with honor.
Thank you, Tribune. I plan to remember them by blasting apart every last ghost left out there.
Imperator Smoder and I share your sentiment. The Iron Legion must find a way to end this ghost problem for good. But to do that, we're going to need better weapons.
I might have just the thing, sir. I've been designing a firearm specifically to eradicate ghosts. I call it my Ghost-Born musket.
Ah, yes. I remember reading that proposal. Between that and your performance against Baradin, I'm promoting you to acting Legionnaire. Do well, and it'll be permanent.
Thank you, sir. But my warband's been decimated. There's only one other soldier left.
You can solve that problem the Iron Legion way. Build a new warband and bring me a working prototype of that weapon. Clear?
Clear, sir. I'll build a warband and a weapon the Iron Legion can be proud to call their own.
Okay.
Did you hear something?
Yeah, I think someone is coming. Tell them to hurry up and find those plans.
You there. We know about the Ghost-Born musket plans. Hand them over, and I'll just leave a scar.
Come and get them, Zealot. I'll pull off your horns and nail your tail to the floor with them.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy roasting you alive.
Kill them before they sound the alarm.
That had to hurt.
We need to hold this area.
It's never a good day until I kill someone.
Heal as one.
You're good, you're lucky, or you're dead. Those are your only options. finished with that.
This is what it's reading.
Carving is an art. Slice them up, scoop out the guts. Carve them.
Trip to the scrapyard. After this, there's nowhere to go but up. We know about your weapon plans. Give them here, or you'll be sorry.
I've got something special for these punks. This is going to sting a lot.
It's easy.
Almost there. Just a little more time.
Will roast you alive.
Not a chance, soft claws.
This garbage got my foot for weeks.
Hide behind that filthy bag, coward. We'll be back.
Flame Legion, here. Good thing I had my sticky shot ammo. It's buckshot coated in lye. It hits, sticks, and burns.
That's great stuff. Hey, my warband could use another experienced weaponsmith. Interested?
Interested? Are you serious? I've been stuck in this scrapyard as a Gladium for months. I'm desperate.
Serious as an edge on steel. Once my Ghostborn musket passes muster, I could bring you in. But first, I have to test it.
Crazed Steel Grinder patrols out by the Barradin estate. He loves provoking the ghosts. You should test it there.
Perfect. I'll update Tribune Goreblade, then assemble the Ghostborn musket and head to the Barradin estate. That should provide a target-rich environment.
You've served the Legions well. Good job, soldier.
Here's my new up-and-comer now. I was just telling Tribune Brimstone about you. Nothing good, of course.
Don't you believe him, soldier? In fact, Tribune Goreblade was bragging about some special weapons project you're heading up. I have an update on that, sir. I've acquired parts and ammunition for my Ghostbore musket. I've also arranged a weapons test. But there's a problem. I've seen the Flame Legion twice inside the Citadel. First they were after my plans, and then they showed up at the scrapyard to ambush me. They want my weapon, and they want me dead.
Flame? Inside the Citadel? Ah, that steams my ears. How did they find out about your weapon design?
I told you, Bure. The Flame Commanders are nervous. If this musket makes ghosts take longer to reform, we'll need less troops to fight them. If that happens, Smolder will allocate more soldiers against the Flame Legion, and will finally wipe them out. Mind if I watch the weapon tests?
Sure. Just stay behind the gun this time, Brimstone. I'll invite Tribune Torga of the Ash Legion, too. She'll want to see this.
I got the ammo you requested. I'm good to go.
achievement.
Well said, citizen. You hear anything from the front lines?
Hardly. Flame Legion's still fighting. The line's moving back. Slowly. It's only going to
We
get
have to
clear.
snuff them out once and for all and stop from the ashes. Flame Legion's gone too far. They ought to have been wiped out long ago. What do you say? Cut off a snake's head in the butt.
Hey, Bigfoot! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I am doing well. Thank you very much.
I'd rather kill Flame Legion traitors than dead Ascalonians.
Alright,
If you live long enough, you'll get plenty of both.
Yep, I'm doing well. I had a good day today. This evening I'm relaxing. Continuing the storyline for...
Slice them up, scoop out the guts, carve them in your face. Not much without the stomach.
Oh, actually. weapon class. I don't understand this clearly. Hey James, welcome to the stream. The game is going okay. I'm not quite understanding things. Okay, so is that... Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. All right, enjoy your lurk, Bigfoot. Doing that again. Is there a way through here?
Wheels keep turning, we keep fighting.
He said that's a great sword. Don't really care to use that. Requires level 2 or more class on your whips. I already have it. I was writing stream because you had the wrong point. The stream went well. Oh, I see. They stack. So I don't really have to worry about them. Okay.
The wheel of progress turns.
Oh, I see. I can have a template with its own set of equipment. And which means that I could customize the clothing something better suited for the weapons I give them. Okay. I don't know what this. Okay. All right. Yeah, building.
So, you're Lucia's friend?
Hold on, just having a
I
walk.
hear
Okay.
you brought a new weapon to test. You've got all 3 Tribunes behind you watching like hawks, so
I
this
am
better
good
be
for the
good.
moment.
What
Thank
do
you
you
very
got?
much.
It's called the Ghostborn Musket, soldier. What kind of test do you have planned? Lucia said it was a ghost killer. I can't wait to see it in action. My warband's down in the ruins, ready to flush out ghosts on my signal. We'll lure waves of ghosts into the kill zone, that ravine right there. Then you can open fire. That sounds solid. Let me get in position, and then we'll do some ghost hunting. Keep that Ghostborn musket ready. I've signaled my warband and they're on the way. There's Rack, a bunch of ghosts on his tail.
Gangway! Ghost train coming through!
comes Rhodes. She's bringing friends.
Heads up! Here I come and I'm bringing company!
Yeah.
Timber's coming in.
Look alive! I've got ghosts on my tail. Wahoo!
Not bad for an alpha test. Smart work, boss. The musket performed better than I expected. But let's see how it does in a less controlled combat situation. That's easy. Push farther into the ruins. You'll have all the uncontrolled combat you need. Perfect. We'll fight our way in deep and grab a trophy to prove the ghost couldn't stop us. That should impress the Tribune. Ghost Hunt. Nice. Goreblade will love that. Wow, that was fast. Kind of funny.
You've done exceptional work, Legionnaire. Iron Legion is mighty proud. You'll get a commendation for this, I promise you.
A commendation and a rollout. Blood Legion's already got ideas how to put your upgrade to use.
Hold on, Brimstone. Ash needs that weapon more than your bruisers.
Huh. Too bad it's not your decision. Iron built the weapon, so Iron will make the choice. Demonstrate how you would use the Ghost Boar weapon, so my designer can evaluate and choose. Meet us at the Exterminatus HQ, and bring your ordnance, and your best manners.
Same.
You look like you can help me. There are ghosts to catch out here, and I need helpers. You break it, I break you.
Oh, that had to work.
Right. Let's go make Ash and Blood jealous.
Portable turrets. That's pure ash. Skulk in and take piddly little potshots at the enemy.
Better than your cannon. One big offensive strike that's as likely to miss as it is to hit.
Ears up, soldiers. I'm here to conduct the weapons test.
I'm Snarl Backdraft, Ash Legion. Good thing you're on time. If this bloody hardhead said one more word, I was gonna kill her myself.
You, with your bad aim, keep pretending, Ash Trash. I'm Galena Edgecrusher Blood Legion. Once you see our cannon in operation, Legionnaire, you won't need to test anything else.
Go ahead. Test Blood's cannon first. It's always good to start on the bottom of the pile.
Fine. Blood goes first. Galena, how are you using my Ghostboar weaponry with your cannon?
We launch flares and broadcast taunts to draw out packs of ghosts. Then you blast them to smithereens.
Sounds fun. Get ready to taunt your tails off. I'll keep my finger on the trigger.
Wake up, ghost mice of Ascalon. Blood Legion is here to take everything you have, again. Your land and your lives, ours. We will erase you. Tyria will forget your pathetic kingdom ever existed. We defile the bones of your ancestors for sport. Adelbern's grave is our latrine. I hear you sniveling, you glittery clouds of failure. That's not thunder, you whimpering little worms. It's cannon fire. Blood Legion cannon fire! Go back to the mists and stay there. End this humiliation.
It's easy.
You're hopeless, helpless, worthless. Adelbern's army is a joke.
Sleep well, James. Consider yourself hugged.
No wonder your city fell so easily. No wonder we slaughtered you all and laughed ourselves sick. We're laughing now, dead Scalonians. You don't like it? Come shut us up. Ha! How's that, Snarl? Let's see your popgun turrets beat that.
The cannon's good. A bit loud for my taste, but it's okay. Not bad for loud, pointless noise. Come on, let me show you a more elegant use of the Ghost Boar weaponry. Our turrets are powerful and portable. A single soldier can deploy up to 3 on a battlefield and coordinate fire. So you kill the ghosts where you find them, instead of luring them close? Exactly. For this test, we're holding ghosts in a containment unit. You place the turrets, we'll release the prey. Sounds like a plan. Let's get started.
Nice.
Ready? Release the ghosts. Come on, let's see if iron can do more than draw blueprints. Turrets are all yours. Adjust them any way you like. They're portable. Whenever you're ready, you'll be standing by.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the turrets. Not a fan of
Unlike some soldiers, It's up to you.
I'm looking at you,
The ash turrets are more my speed.
The simple fact is that ash turrets outperform the blood cannon. If you don't see that, you're simple too. Rely on iron.
Officer on deck. Tribune Goreblade. The tests are complete. I've got all the information I need to decide. Not too difficult, I trust. Between Galena and Snarl, you were lucky not to be ripped in half.
Well done, Legionnaire. So which application of your weapon earns the upgrade?
Excuse me, Tribune. A large ghost force is massing near Ashford Forum. They're calling a muster to fight them off.
Ah, an opportunity. If you have no objections, Brimstone, let's send both Blood and Ash to confront the ghosts.
Definitely. The more force, the better. But which side gets the ghost boar weaponry?
Let me confer with my Legionnaire. I'll let you know.
Well, it's not a cannon, makes no sense. Hello, Benjamin.
Hey, Al. Just popping in during my cooldown, seeing if you have any questions.
No question at this point. Mostly comments, but that can wait until you're done.
Okay. Sorry. I had the volume still up on the Twitch stream for a moment, and wow, I just hate the sound of my own voice. Oh well. Anyway. Yeah. So you're almost done with the level 10 story.
Yeah. I except for one detail, the story's interesting.
Okay.
And the detail is that I'm an engineer?
Mm-hmm.
Since when?
I mean, that is universal. This storyline you're having is universal for all Iron Legion. So it might be more a bit better if you're choosing to be an actual engineer, but as Iron Legion, you're assumed to be good at working with all forms of machinery. So yeah, I do know it's a little silly that you could actually have invented a gun and both go with it despite not being a class that wields guns.
Well, not only that, despite not having any crafting skill. Like this is happening before I even gained crafting. So like when they went build the gun, I went, oh, okay, this is the crafting tutorial, and all I get is an animation. And I'm going, okay.
Yeah, it's complete storyline. Crafting is a very low-key system within this game, at least compared to Final Fantasy. I mean, there's complicated formulas, but that's more for legendaries, not for your basic crafting. So it's like, but.
Yeah, and okay, personally, the aspect that is missing story-wise to remove this disjointment here is that nowhere before that do we have a hint that engineering is a Legion-wide thing.
Did you read the description of the Iron Legion?
Clearly not well enough. But then again, you know, this is a telling versus showing situation. Ooh, there's a heart here. All right, I want to finish the storyline, and then I'll do other stuff.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I'm on the same map as you. Yeah. Yep, there you are.
No, and you know, this is a personal thing. Like to me, if I am going, like if something needs to be established, not just told, but again, it's a me thing.
Yeah, that's. I mean, even before the game released, they were releasing quality of storyline blogs for this stuff, but the information is there, and a lot of the stuff is told as you explore the world, or talk to people, or basically play the story. You're learning what the Iron Legion is. So.
Yeah, like I said, the fact that I'm an engineer just threw me off a little bit at the start. And yeah, I went, okay, you know, that's what it is, but it just
Let's see what Blood's cannon can really do.
Welcome to the party. Tribune Brimstone is here to observe, and War Master Lebowski is marshaling his forces as we speak. It's Ghostboar cannon time.
Agreed. But we need to take out Lebowski himself. Duke Barradin taught us that ghost defenses fall apart without their leader.
I've already planned for that. I've got a squad ready for insertion into the catacombs to run a search and destroy on Lebowski. This is Samara. She'll be leading the catacomb squad. You're on the cannon providing cover fire. Clear her a path to Lebowski, and her team will do the rest.
And shoot fast, Maker. I'm going straight for the War Master's throat. And I don't like to wait.
Just give the cannon time to reload, and you won't see a single ghost between you and your target.
Follow me!
Ballistically, this will be a day to remember.
Stand by, Maker. Get ready to rain death. On my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark!
Headed this way.
Can you adjust your camera itself? Or are you locked in?
The thing is, the building right here.
I know. But I meant to maybe by adjusting here. See, now you can aim at it.
Okay.
Mind you, it's phasing in and out of reality culling. Graphical culling, but still, it's...
Damn it! Samara went too far too soon again! Cannon can't support her inside the catacomb. It'll bring the entire thing down on her stupid hard head!
If I can't fire the cannon, I can find Samara and her squad, and I'll make sure Lebowski is slain.
I'm not letting you get killed for Samara's stupidity. Tribune Goreblade would break all my limbs and hang me by my tail.
I'm not asking permission. I'm making sure one gung-ho soldier doesn't ruin my weapon's first combat outing. I'm going in. If I don't come back out soon, open fire with the cannon and level everything in range.
And you call my soldiers gung-ho? Fine. I'll hold off firing for as long as I can. Good luck, Maker. Now get going.
Keep an eye out for some more. Let me know if you hear anything.
Dig in and stay
Take the force path to the left, Maker, and avoid the ghost fleeing force. We'll hold the line.
You want to act as soon as you respond, or after you don't.
It does not respond while you're in an instance.
On your feet, soldier. We're pulling out. They're coming out of the walls. What are you doing? I told Galena to bring this place down! Never mind. Let's just get Lebowski. Blood! 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 I guess it's good you showed up. Thanks. Now let's get back to Galena.
For Iron Legion. I couldn't hear. Did he wail when he died? I love it when we do that.
Oh, this... Oh, okay.
Lebowski's down and the ghosts are dispersing, just like you said. Now I owe you for the cannon and for saving Samara. I didn't want to be saved. And I don't like owing people my life. Why didn't you just fire on my position?
Because I don't like wasting ammunition. And if we fired on every blood soldier who charged in without thinking, there'd be none of you left.
Watch it, Maker. Blood Legion gratitude only goes so far. In fact, I'm gonna settle our debt right now. Samara has no warband. If you want her, she's yours. I'll formally reassign her to your warband and we'll call it even.
I can always use a skilled recruit, provided she can follow orders. From now on, Samara, you fight when I say, and only when I say. Clear?
Oh, I can follow orders. If I have to follow yours to prove it, I will. Get ready, Maker. Your Iron Warband is getting some much-needed fresh blood.
Outstanding. And you're about to take a crash course in following orders. Fall in, soldier. We're moving out. Information officer.
Don't worry about the mastery point there for when you get level 80, though you do start earning them now because of story completion, so...
Plotting, securitization of a recent. Defer directing the anti-ghost weapon. Dedication to beauty and performance, and unconditional generics, both superlatives. Noted different. Validation. Watching your progress with great interest and greater expectation. Well done, soldier. Wait.
You can open up as long as you didn't delete it.
2 of 10. Oh, I see. Those are the actual 2 letters.
It's mailed you. In fact, you might want to actually go ahead and delete them. They're taking up space. Not that I'm going to be sending you anything else, but it's just literally saying dies in bags.
Okay. At this point, I'm sort of taking them because I got the point, but I don't understand them all that much.
You will have eventually be picking up specializations to improve your talents and improve your abilities and stuff, but that's unlocks later. And if I remember correctly, unlocks at least a small windfall of skill points, so you won't be too put off by spending some of them someplace else, or at the very least, the early combat's easy enough that you will be able to just build up to it. So, but
Okay.
yeah.
Use Bruno's rifle to capture minotaurs and...
That should be something you need to go actually to talk to the heart vendor for, because, well, you need to get a rifle.
Yeah.
The German Priory is searching for artifacts in the ruins of Ascalon City, but the human ghosts that roam the area stand in our way. We do what we can to stop them from attacking us, but it is only a matter of time before they reappear,
My
and
Discord's
we
acting
are
up
only
again. I
so
can't hear
many.
anybody.
Okay.
But hello, I just got back from doing something, so...
Well...
Yes?
Where is that heart?
What were you trying to say, Kendar?
I was not saying anything. I was
Okay.
listening to what the character was saying in the game, so that I...
Alright, so Benjamin just left.
Yep,
So
he's got stuff to do.
Okay.
The Legion calls.
Yep, I just got back from some in-person event.
Cool.
So, I'm kind of not sure. It was fun. But now I have to be back at my house again, so it's a bit weird. But, good news. Kind of. I started a bit of my first chapter for my book.
Congratulations.
Well, I hadn't finished it yet because I still got to work on that 1667. word count for Nano this year, and I had not gotten to that point yet. It's taken me a while.
Well, congratulations on the words that you did right.
I have to calculate a lot because yeah, I'm not sure if I want to revise right now. So I tried revising and revising and revising. I don't get anything done, so I'm just gonna continue, not look back. Okay. I think I have a problem with my dialogue for my bully characters. Sound a bit too stereotypical. And I want them to sound more realistic. But it's hard for me. I don't know what people have told me
Capture
before.
and Drakes, then spar with them in the fighting pit.
Also, there's a few problems with the clothes. I probably should be worried about, but I'm gonna be worried. Are you listening?
Not really, because I'm fighting stuff for my life, because I'm trying to understand how this works.
You see, do you want me to say it right now?
Well, I'm in the middle of playing a game, so this may not be the best time.
That's cool. I can leave for a sec.
Okay. Where? Capture Minotaurs and Drake, then spar with them. Spar with them in the fighting pit. Yes. No, that's a mentor. Okay, so where is said fighting pit?
Marsiron insisted I could take him to the city. Mine too. I hear it's the best one in the world.
I'm feeling generous. I think I'll find someone who wants a lesson in blood legion ferocity.
Take this!
Oh, I see. Can't. Okay, there. Okay, I get it.
They're stronger. Now get out of my sight.
Alright, so where am I going now? Where is Starwood and the fighting? Yeah, that sounds. Where is the fighting pit?
What is it, Cub?
Maybe we could be in the same warband.
That'd be mighty. I'm gonna call my warband the Kaboom Warband.
Stealth, patience, ambush. I've been doing this since the Farrar.
It's a sure path to fresh meat. Patience is overrated. I'd rather chase my prey.
And we'll all eat like kings when you flush the prey to us.
My sire says that if I train hard at the Farrar, someday I'll be there.
Not me. I want to make one. I'm going to build the biggest gun ever, and it'll kill all the dragons.
That's mighty. Bet you can't catch me.
Huh. Where is...
Hey, you come slow down.
What's on your mind?
Where is that? I'm supposed to fight.
Didn't you come from the Citadel?
Good. Then spar with them in the fight.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Are you still doing something?
I'm playing a game, yes.
As if they would ever face us in open.
Alright. I'm just here to chill out, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna write, if I'm gonna, maybe I'll play some video games myself. Most likely it's gonna be Minecraft.
Cool.
That's the only real game I have on my phone.
Cool. Well, I hope you have fun.
Well, I don't know if I want to play it because I don't play video games that much. I lose a lot of attention span for them. So, like, it might not happen, but I have to figure something out. Also, why the heck are my chapters so short?
Because they don't need to be any bigger than they are.
I mean, will I get them to at least 100 words? And one...
You're talking about the outlines?
No, the actual draft.
Okay, why do they need to be any bigger than they are?
I just want to reach my goal earlier. Because NaNoWriMo has these predetermined goals. Like for the first day, which is today, have to get 1,667 words.
1,667 words.
1,000, yeah, and it's like, I thought I could do it.
Okay.
It might be harder, especially with me just sporadically doing it because like school and stuff.
Well, I mean, the expectation with NaNoWriMo is that you will dedicate the time to it.
And if I wanted to do at least 900 chapters, whatever, I would have to spend a few hours on it. At least 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
That might tire me out, and I try to do, like, sprints that are shorter, but they don't get much done.
Then you have to do more sprints.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if one session doesn't do the entire thing, then you need to do multiple sprints. You need to cut that. You need to cut them in smaller bites and do more. Take more of them.
I did one earlier, but I think I want to start from scratch again because I wasn't really proud of the words. Well, I'm not proud of
is
anything,
entirely up to you. Yeah.
but I might want to start from scratch. The damn freaking Google Docs is being stupid. And the PDF that I just sent to them to fill out for my own use from like some random YouTuber person. It's just not it's not working for me. Like, it's functional. I can use it. But it's like, bruh. I don't think this is enough for me to track. And also, I don't know how to make them more than just one page. So I have to figure something out. Or I can use spreadsheets. That would be probably the best idea. I already have a spreadsheet anyway, so I could just track my words there. It would be less tedious than like just starting a whole new one. But today I'm trying to get to this thing, and then hopefully I can get 2 same words if I can. Then get to the free something.
I hope you make it.
I think I'm going to make it. It's just a game of me trying to not procrastinate it. Or I'm just busy. So sometimes I forget that I should stop for a day. I need to be more consistent. So I might do a little bit more of a sprint, but it might be longer. I don't think 25 minutes is enough for me to write like a whole chapter. Make me feel fresh.
How many words is a chapter?
Well, it kind of depends on the chapter. Some are shorter, some are longer. I'm only talking about the general sense, not about my book. But my book is trying to aim for at least 1,000 words per chapter.
Okay. And how many words per hour can you write?
Okay, so I'm on my first document right now. According to my like full-on, well, it might not be as helpful breaking it up. So let me get my word counter out. I think it's going to, I will tell you how many words I can get in an hour. But also, I try to vary my paragraphs a bit. Or try to, at least. So, it might be different. But, my one I'm doing right now, it's 59 words.
Okay.
For the first paragraph. Second paragraph is kind of long. They're kind of broken up into several paragraphs. There's a lot more words. But did I literally just not copy and paste that? Oh. I'm not used to this software. I'm using like a whole different word processor. And I have the free tier. So I can't like make a book 2 unless I download the draft. I kind of prefer doing it on Word, though. I'm gonna try this one out because you can set goals and you can see your work for all that cool stuff. Alright, what did I do? So, the current chapter I'm on right now is, if you don't count, well, how would I say this? If you were to look at the entire paragraphs I made, the total would be, for me at least for this chapter for now, is 344 words.
Okay. How long did it take you to write that?
It took me a few hours.
Okay.
Sometimes I like to get it all done like a whole day if I wanted to, but try not to stress it. Especially now at home. And I'm getting tired, so I don't know. I planned all these scenes out, but I'm not actually following my outline too much. I realized it's not as interesting. It might be a plant, sir. We'll have to see. But I need to write this damn thing. I need to get to 1,667 words. Or at least somehow like that.
Okay.
I know I can do it. It's just hard to do in one swoop. Especially since it's almost 5. I go to bed at like 8, so...
Then maybe you should be working on that.
Yes. I will. Just gotta get back into the zone again. Maybe I'll turn off my mic or I'll leave for a sec just to work on it and I'll come back with my funny words.
Alright.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh. Yes. Interesting.
More to explore.
Oh, I see. not 14. That one again, maybe? See, no way up there. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
That had to hurt.
The wheel of progress turns.
The engineers of Iron Dock Shipyard are at the forefront of underwater technology, but they're constantly harassed by wildlife, not to mention the separatists who've built a nearby camp. Their vital work must continue unimpeded.
I need some space!
Really? In my experience, it doesn't pay to underestimate them. Their entire existence is geared toward killing and destroying.
Hold on. Speaking of ghosts, look there! Guard the command post with your lives!
Hey, Micanthrope. How are you doing today?
Kill shot.
It's just something, it's interesting. As with a lot of the game, there's the certain level of adjustment and expectation to work around and all that. And I'm doing my best not to get too locked in specific ways of thinking.
Burn them! They've taken everything! Someone's gonna have to get our supplies back.
You always say that. I'll go this time, but next time it's your job.
Oh, that's what this. Welcome back, Benjamin.
Just connecting to the voice chat in case you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna be multitasking and stuff at the moment. Okay?
That's quite fine. Oops.
So many mysteries in the world. Thank you for your help. The Priory is in your debt.
This is the Steam version, yes.
But if you can find any more,
It is also the free
thank you for your help. The
free
Priory is in your
version.
debt. Time to head back to the camp. Finally! I've had enough harpies to last me the rest of my life. You hear that, harpies? I'm done with you. Leave us be and go bother the Grawl.
Spirit endures.
Ah, my axe is gone. I guess. All right. So
yeah,
when it comes to
they're consumed.
tools, can I? I guess I have to buy them.
Yes, you will get some more as level up rewards, and they come in different qualities. This zone uses copper. The next zone will start using iron. But for this zone at least, you can stick to copper.
Oh, I see. So the color has nothing to do with the level they're at. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. There's a vista right here. Oh.
Behold the ocean's power. You lose.
Oh, I see. It's right.
Ah, this one's kind of cute.
It's on name, so it leaves a Okay. So where would the point where I get onto this? Looks like it's here.
Oh my goodness, I actually the final attack.
Whoops. There we go.
Die.
Right here. Yep, looks like we're gonna have to. Oh, that's interesting. They fight each other. Of course. I help them, they're not gonna be grateful. They're just going to try.
Yeah. Ghosts attack anything that's not a ghost. They're insane, essentially.
Okay. Worship by those in strength before battle. Someone who will carve the world of Badazar over and over again.
Reporting.
Wrong button.
Watching the perimeter. They're still coming.
Rely on iron, not false gods.
work, soldiers. I'm pleasantly surprised. Prepare for a counterattack into the ruins.
Locked and loaded, sir. Just let me out of it.
Oh, right here. Benjamin.
Yes?
The quest is to use the rifle to capture miniatures and Drake and then spar with them in the fighting pit. I can't find the fighting pit. Like when I capture a couple, there's nothing indicating me where I need to go.
Well, it's two different ways to complete the heart. You can capture a couple, yes, or you can go into the fighting pit. The fighting pit, I need to actually see not the map. I need to see physically the screen. This is the map. Okay, first thing, it's back down there in the complex, not around here.
Okay, so, no, well, I thought about it because I was looking at the map, so I need to head back here.
Yeah, Ashford's Forum. It's a location in Ashford's Forum, is what it is. There's an arena there, and once you go into it, then they start spawning enemies for you to fight, and you can advance the heart that way.
I also have lots of stuff.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Alright, I am at the person giving the quest.
Okay, go up that ramp to your left. Go through that door. This is the arena. Or maybe it's actually further in a little bit. No, this looks like the arena. Yeah, talk that box over there. Talk to him.
Okay.
Okay. They should spawn here, but I'm not certain how often it checks to see if there are actually people here to fight. Yeah, this is where you fight them, though, so...
Huh.
I'm not certain if it's any more complex than that. I complete this thing once, and then I don't come back here again.
Okay,
so.
looks like you're ready to hit the pit. What? This here pit, first part if I can see it, keep him sharp and cross-bursting. I like the sound of that.
Why aren't they allowing you to do anything? Approach the gate, maybe? At the end of the... end there? Right. I don't know, it's being difficult. But this is where it happens, so...
Okay. Well, maybe I need to recapture 2 of them? Maybe I waited too long?
Maybe.
Respect your elders. Make it quick.
One of my adventure guide is to use the bank. One. Oh, that was a player? Oops. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's interesting. Really? Not on time. Okay. What confused me is that the previous time after I captured one of each, my gun disappeared. I guess I'm the one who hit the button to drop it or something.
Very likely. Or you possibly wandered out of range of the heart, and it just dropped automatically then.
Okay. And there's one up here, up there that I have no idea how to get to. Unless it's way back here, climb that. What else do I need to do that I... Huh, I still have the gun. Okay. Well, I don't need to do that. So. Looks like I need to head to this area here. You know what? Let's just go here. Keep switching weapons by accident.
Nice and neat.
You look smarter than most.
It'll take more than phantom steel to take down anything I've built.
You know, they don't understand your taunts. They're living in a past hundreds of years old.
Taunting isn't just for the target. I need my soldiers to feel my confidence. We're here, and we're not leaving.
Right. I think they'd be more inspired if you help me shore up our defenses.
One.
We gotta watch those separatists every second, or they'll end up our plans.
Yeah, you don't want to let it. Well, you haven't seen any plans yet. coverage to start changing. Then you see if your plans cover your dock. That's going to be a biggie. Well, you don't really have to. Oh, we know that you do not use the bathroom. Unless you plug in the device, yeah. So. Well, you can come back. Let's come back later. Okay?
Need something?
Sounds good. Okay. Okay. Logging out. Yes. Okay. Sorry if the mic picked up any of that. I didn't actually think it through before I went and fetched my mother's reviews and stuff.
No worries. Well, no worries on my account.
Okay.
I disrupt their plan and rescue captured. Suspicious. Hey. Oh, I see. There it is. Mm-hmm.
guess. Trouble?
What?
Hey Moonlight, welcome to the stream. Again, these two I need to talk to. Let's see. One there. You're thinking about reworking your entire outline, okay. Okay, good. I still get... yeah, this is probably... yeah, this is...
Over, crying out loud. Those flaming separatists are back. They never quit.
What do you want me to do about it?
Either fight them off or find someone who will. And do it now! I'm not gonna
Keep them off the sub. Just finished the latest wells.
Where do I want to go now? Yeah, basically. As close as I could. Discovering waypoints. Isn't that what I've been tagging?
If you check on the actual description, you'll see that it's asking you to discover waypoints in higher level zones, most likely. Any of the level 15 to 20-ish level zones, most likely. So it's like...
World boss, leveling up.
Yeah, we haven't seen a world boss yet. Then again, there aren't any that I can think of in Ascalon Fields. All the other starter zones have a world boss in them. So... which is a pity, but...
Okay, getting material, completing event, dodging attacks. Five waypoint in Snowdrift, Dressa Plateau, Brisbane, Wadland, and Cossack Hill.
Once you're done in Ascalon Fields Plains, the Asa Plateau would be the next char zone to go to.
We need plenty of samples to isolate the source of that
Black
toxicity
Citadel,
and to
as opposed
weaponize
to
it
the
for the
east.
Char.
Select.
response now. I need a volunteer to test the scale chart.
Maybe I'm not in the best area. I'm in trouble.
What now?
Oh, I guess I should head back to where the rest of the next. I need to report to Brimstone. Report to Brimstone. Actually, how do I start? By that guy first. Does my level affect the color of the the mobs?
Not that I know of.
Okay. So some are simply more passive and others are aggressive.
Yes.
You have a question. If you had a chance to get bitten by a were-tiger, would I take it? Am I going to survive? Yes. I don't know.
Ogres are encroaching on our land here in Kadam Forest. We're doing everything we can to push them back. To the northeast, Andrakis the Hidden could use your help dealing with the ogre problem.
Yeah, of course. Of course I would. If I would survive, if I knew I'd survive, yeah, without hesitation.
I mean, my answer to the question might actually depend very slightly on what are the rules of this type of were-tiger.
Ogres. Sounds like
Because sometimes the people behind zoanthropy things get very, very
We have to hold the tower and
creative.
it won't be easy.
I'll wipe these ogres from the land as easily as I wipe my snout.
Okay, well, when you describe it like that, yes, it does sound basic and appealing, but the things that would be clinchers for me would be, do you retain control of yourself during transformation? Do you even remember being transformed? Or do you now have a headmate who is the you during the transformation living in your head? Those sort of things. Okay. Well, thankfully, it's Kendar's decision as far as where tigers are concerned. You have to tell me if I'm not going to say on this stream because one thing I'm multitasking. I have to actually tab out to take a look and see what's being said on chat.
But yes, for me, it's a very easy decision.
Okay, so yes, you would have a hive mate. You can control yourself during while being transformed. And you can control yourself while being transformed. You're never being transformed, except for when it is a blood moon. Then you go feral. Hello?
No, I hear you, and that's all very interesting condition. Well thought off narrative conditions.
Powers include weretiger physiology, the ability to shape crypt into a tiger at will, the ability to shapeshift into a weretiger at will, the ability to shapeshift parts of your body into that of a tiger or weretiger, enhanced jump, enhanced durability, enhanced strength, enhanced speed, enhanced bite, natural weaponry of claws. Let's see, what else? All of that is to basically superhuman level. So if you see those cool anime jumps that some werewolves in anime make, that yes, you can do that. You can
Let me just actually.
very fast.
Okay, let me just simplify for you a little bit. As far as Kendar was concerned, you probably have him at tiger and would not eat all his loved ones instantaneously. I was just checking for monkey's paw in the otherwise very good, what he would consider a very good arrangement. I'm a completely different furry though, so tiger doesn't necessarily interest me, though I guess if it's the only option.
I mean, what are you interested in?
Wait, wasn't there another?
You're in the Discord at the moment. You can see my avatar.
Is that a minotaur?
Okay, I guess if you're just seeing it as the very small little circle on the Discord overlay, it might be mistaken as such. Boy. I don't... Basically, I'm a rat. So... I know, not necessarily a popular choice for someone to choose to represent this culture.
I need to switch around the powers then. Powers then. So enhanced speed, enhanced acrobatics, and enhanced athletics. Not
Moonlight.
Somewhat enhanced. Yeah.
Moonlight. If you want to make the question difficult, there has to be a downside. You have to give, there has to be a reason why some might not want it. Otherwise, everybody's going to want it. Like, you're telling me, do I want to be a weretiger with no problems? Yes, of course I want it. If you're telling me, well, I won't have my intellect, I'll need to eat raw meat, most certainly alive. Now that I have to consider it. But that's the thing is that if it's a
Okay. I gave the stipulation that you're forced to transform during a full moon, and you have no control during a blood moon.
Well, okay, blood moons is what, once a year?
Yeah.
And full moon, I transform into a tiger.
No, you transform into a were-tiger.
No, a were-tiger is what you are. That you be human or tiger, you're a were-tiger. It means that you transform into a tiger, or if you were a tiger initially, you transform into a human. Were-tiger is more or less the species.
I meant like you transform into a tiger anthro. A very muscular tiger anthro.
Statue. Don't let them get any closer.
So you wouldn't necessarily be able to blend in.
Who cares? The blending in for me has never been a problem. It's never been something I've really bothered with. Like, I would be an anthro tiger with no second thought.
Right, but it doesn't occur naturally in our world, and you would most likely be hunted by the government if anyone ever saw you.
I would still take it. To me, that's not a drawback at all. All right.
That's just part of the course.
Yeah.
That's just part of the course.
Yeah, it's simply. All right, how do I get up there?
So what drawbacks would you include?
It depends entirely. You see, the drawbacks I would put in would depend entirely on the story I am trying to tell. Because this is the thing, is that for me, it's never about, I don't know, wish fulfillment, for lack of a better word. It's always about what is the story I'm telling. And, that story will dictate what... okay, I am running out of time, so let's head back and come back here later.
I'm not really talking story. I'm just really talking wish fulfillment here.
Well, but the thing is, if it's wish fulfillment, you don't give it any problem, and you just go, "I'll take it," But
yeah, and
okay, fine. You have an unnatural bloodlust while transformed.
But again, but. If it's just about wish fulfillment, then just take it. If it's about telling a story, then it depends what the story is about. This is the thing, are you... These are questions like that... There's a question of why are you asking the question?
Just a random question amongst furries.
Okay, amongst furry, the answer is always yes. There's literally no you will not encounter a furry who will hesitate. You will go, would you be this? Yes. Would you be that? Yes. You're like, we are not difficult. When it comes to that, we'll take it. All right, not yet. So I'm here. Is there a cellar somewhere? Down merchant. Okay, so that's gonna be a level below. Part 2, part 3.
You've had this Discord since 2018.
Oh, possibly.
He got started. He started building his infrastructure before he necessarily got a fan base, and it just grew maybe 1 or 2% at a time, and eventually, particularly when he started streaming on Twitch regularly, then it blew up. It started with his Patreon, and then it blew up once he actually started streaming on Twitch. So,
I love that you're saying it blew up when I have, what, 20 people on Twitch? Sorry, not on Twitch, I mean on Discord.
remember when it was just your Patreon?
Yeah.
And compare it to that, it's
yeah,
all
oh
relative.
yeah, it did increase. It just, but yeah, I will try stuff.
I got what you need.
There was, you know, a lot of. I need to go through my equipment, and I might. Yeah, I got 5 minutes. Might as well. Oh, I got a key.
So, Kendar, do you remember me talking to you about my my plan for a furry RPG called Beast King Saga?
Oh, not really. Sorry.
With like each generation being a different were creature. And with the title of Beast King being passed along not by bloodline, but by the strength of the strength of the Moro character.
No, I can't say that again.
He can sometimes have a. I can say as someone who bounces ideas off him, sometimes his memory can be very hit or miss.
Yeah, I do not have a great memory.
Okay. I kind of want to capture the pseudo furries that like furry stuff, but just don't want to admit to liking furry stuff. I want to have like a furry protagonist, but like have the world well built enough to be a lit RPG and so on, right? You know?
Yeah, that's definitely doable. Okay, why could I not sell these things?
I've got what you need.
So, what RPGs have you read recently that stick out in your mind?
Lit RPG?
Looking for some good material to like. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't read anything recently. I've not read a lot. Right now, as an audiobook, I'm going to the Wandering Inn.
Cool. I've heard really good things about that.
It's a web novel that's been packaged into a book, and it was never edited.
So has Salvos, and so has
it was. The thing is, it was never edited, and it shows. It is very, very obvious.
So
okay. I haven't really read the what is it? The book. I have it in my Kindle library. I just haven't read it yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting read. You just don't go in expecting it to be
I mean, like, most people who have read it said it's like 10 out of 5 stars.
I don't quite believe them, but I mean, I don't like. Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. because okay, to me it needs, like I said, it needs a proper edit. And yeah, that works.
Yeah, my reading list has actually stalled for a little bit, mostly because I'm questioning whether or not I want to continue reading the books I'm currently reading, which is always a bad sign. And either that or I finish the books which are actually good. So, let's see, let me actually pull up the one that I actually finished that was actually good. Quotation marks. Where was it? Not that one. Maybe it was... It changed its name, so I needed to actually get a new book. So... no, come on, actually allow me to... There you go. Alright, well... Okay, well, I started reading The Houndsman, and it has a very different system compared to most of them. Most of them just copy the System Apocalypse formula from System Apocalypse, rather note for note. Houndsman had a system where it's not having it as Apocalypse, it's actually ingrained in the world, and it's not just menus, it's actually something more organic. But at the same time, I started choking on the obvious character relationships that we're developing. So having a good system and not necessarily starting to question the story is not quite an advertisement to read this thing. I'm only halfway through. The one I finished, if I can actually find the thing. There it is. They got rebranded as The Stitched Worlds. Apocalypse Generic System is book 1, and it's a solid story throughout, though it starts... it never actually becomes a poor story, which is the reason why I would recommend it. And it certainly has an interesting system. It's just that it starts its actual meta-narrative from the names of the books into what's actually being explained within the books starts falling apart a little bit for a little bit for the sake of the story. So that's actually something very forgivable, but it's something of note at least. If you think you're noticing a pattern, the pattern will break.
Oh man, I wish I'd known that. This makes things way easier.
Let's see, where is it? Mike. There's the link to the Amazon page if you're actually looking into something to pick up. So.
Yeah, I definitely will. Thank you so much. For my Beast King Saga thing, I'm going to have the first king be a barbarian king, and what this means is he's one of the classes that wields Zweihander, or a two-handed broadsword. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make him like Guts or Top Strife.
Alright, Guts, I get the reference. Missed the reference for the other one.
Top Strife.
Strife. Yeah, I don't...
Wait, what happened? Oh, okay, this is the... Okay. Alright, it is 9 p.m., so I need to log out. So, thank you everyone... Sorry, what?
Oh. Nothing, you're done?
Well, yes,
you're done.
It's 9.
Sorry.
I need to log out, so thank you.
You had a wonderful stream. thank you for everything.
Well, thank you too. And thank you to everyone on the stream who dropped by to keep me company. Thank you, Micanthrope, Bigfoot, James, and anyone else that I missed. I will be back tomorrow evening for more Guild Wars. And I hope to see you then. And if I do not, I hope you have a good week, a good weekend when it returns, and I will see you when I see you.